Hello everyone, and welcome to Games with Dialogue. I'm Dialogue, and I'm playing Sentinels of the Multiverse, the video game. With me today is my good friend Chad.
Hello.
For those of you who don't know, Sentinels of the Multiverse is a real-world card game, but we'll be playing the video game version of it. And if you aren't familiar with either version, I'm going to spend the beginning of this episode breaking it down. Chad and I will be playing online multiplayer in a little bit. First of all, new game is single player, only single player. So, you know, that's kind of a bummer. But thankfully, that's not your only option. Now, what you can do as a single player is choose which villain you want to play with. Now, I have all the expansions that are available right now, so you won't be getting all of that. The initial villains that come with the standard pack are these first four here: Omnitron, Warlord, Citizen Dawn, and Baron Blade. We, that is to say Chad and I, will be playing with Omnitron in multiplayer. Let's take a quick look at it. This is what the villain does. Now, every villain has a way that they play, which is written on the cards, and a challenge mode. I think for the game with Chad and I, we will be doing standard, but as you can see, advanced and challenge mode here. There's also two sides to every villain card, and depending on how they play, and each one's different, but depending on how they play, they can flip back and forth multiple times per game. Environments, like villains, play themselves. As a player, you'll never have to worry about how the rules work for these two types of decks. Heroes, as a single player, you can choose up to 5 different heroes. And you'll notice this variance list on it. If you manage to achieve certain objectives in the game, you can get different versions of the hero. And as you can see down here, each hero has a different power, and the variants have different powers. Now, the variants aren't that hard to unlock, and if you don't want to do the requirement for them, you can just unlock them, but it does mean you won't earn the achievement if you somehow manage to unlock them. Back. Online multiplayer I've already discussed, we'll get into in a second. Get expansion packs if you want to buy them. I've already done that, so it's not a big deal. Achievements, I can't show you that. How to play goes through the gameplay, which is nice, but I'm going to be talking about that with Chad as we play, so it's not a big deal. The multiverse is one of these additions to this game that I really like. It goes through everybody in the game, heroes, villains, team villains, which I'll get to in the future, and environments. And it gives you a little description of what they're all about. Now, options, obviously, it's standard. Audio, display, animation, gameplay, no big deal. Credits, obviously it's credits. Weekly one-shots are difficult challenges that come up once a week. You can play through it on your own, single player, or online quick play. But there's really not any reason to, except for bragging rights. Okay, and continue game, because I was in the middle of something in single player. Alright, Chad, are you ready to jump in?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, then let's do online multiplayer. Now, you'll see here, it says at the top, connected. Nobody else is looking for a game right now. 10 players are in a game. My Steam account, and you, as a player, can choose what kind of icon you'd like, and the color of your name. Save it, randomize, copy it for tech support, whatever. I don't worry about that because I've got it already set what I want. Now you can do find game, you can do custom game. If you do custom game, you've got all these different options you can set up. Private game requires find game to join. I'm going to click because I don't want some random coming in while I'm trying to do this. Enforce required expansions below means if I had all of these expansions and Chad tried to join my game, he wouldn't be able to. But I'm not going to click that because I want him to join. What that does mean, though, is that I will only be able to use the expansions he has. But that's okay. Create game. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, before Chad joins me, you'll notice I have all of my villains, all the heroes, and there's a lot of heroes, and the environments. And there's a lot of environments, too. I do like the variety that this game offers. The sheer amount is fantastic. Okay, now that Chad has joined us, you'll notice that I don't have access to all of that stuff. I have access to the standard deck, but that's fine. That's fine for this first game. We're just going to show you how things play. Alright, so I'm going to pull out Omnitron. And in case you missed it the first time, this is how Omnitron plays. And he will flip multiple times during the game. But we're just going to play standard version with him. Alright, environment, I think we should do a somewhat neutral environment. It's not really harmful or helpful for the villain or the heroes. And I think we should both choose a hero. 2 heroes. I think we should both choose 2 heroes, Chad. Would you like to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, he's going to take Bunker. I'm going to take Tempest. Because there is a variant I want to unlock, and I know how to do it. We'll see if I can get to it this game or not.
You could probably just click unlock.
I don't want to, though. I want to earn it. That's part of the fun. Plus, I can do that on stream if I decide to stream this game. Alright, go ahead with your second one. Now, a thing to note. Variants change the hero or the villain... No, actually... just for the heroes. Variants change what power they get, but the deck remains the same. Every card that you're going to be pulling and playing remains the same. Villains, the deck remains the same, but the way they play is different. In this case, let me show you Baron Blade real quick. This is how Baron Blade plays. Top side and flip side. This is how variant Baron Blade plays. You'll notice that he doesn't create minions. Everything that comes out that has a hit point powers him up alone. And when he flips, he's a lot easier in certain situations. Depending on how fast you can do damage, he can be really easy to beat. Alright, I'm going to play with Tachyon because I like this version of that power. And are we ready to go?
I think so.
Alright, then let's dive in. Ready up? Okay, now we should discuss what cards we have, our strategy, and how we intend to use our characters as we play them. So, since you're going first, let me have a moment to look at your hand, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, but the villain always goes first. The environment always goes last. He plays out a drone, which will do damage. And he will, because of the side he is on, he will play a second card from his deck. Now let's take a quick look at that. It will do damage at the start of the villain turn. But if any person on our team can deal 7 or more damage, it will go away, which is nice. It also has the ongoing moniker. Certain characters have cards that will allow them to destroy ongoings, so we could get rid of it just that way. Okay, Bunker is able to draw a card. He's got 3 different types of cards in his hand. Since there's nothing in his trash, these 2 are pretty much worthless. He also pulls out a lot of equipment cards in the beginning. Bunker is very equipment heavy. This is actually a nice one for him to play out first because he can deal damage to both of these guys. Or he can use a mode. Only one type of mode can be active at a time, and it does different things. Usually it will stop him from being able to do 2 separate actions for an additional action. In this case, he cannot play cards or use powers, but he can draw more cards. Since Tachyon's on the team, and her ability is let each player draw a card, he doesn't necessarily need this one right away. It's better... It could be useful in the beginning, when you're trying to get more cards into your hand to give you more options, but it's not strictly necessary at this point in the game. However, I'll leave it up to Chad, since it's the first round, and he's playing the character, not me. He can do what he wants. This is about strategy, not about telling him what to do. Ooh, another good one. Adhesive foam grenade stops the environment from playing a card. Target mode, as you can see there, lets him play 2 separate powers. Now, Tempest has the ability to deal 1 damage to each enemy on the field. Oh, and environment targets, if there are any, with hit points. But that's not really great. I mean, it's something I can do at the end. I could also pull out Cleansing Downpour. Each hero target regains 2 HP, but we're not really hurting for hit points at the moment. I could play draw 3 cards, and that would actually probably be the most helpful at this point. Reclaim from the Deep lets every player take a card from their trash, but there isn't any right now. So that's kind of unnecessary. And Otherworldly Resilience, reduce damage dealt to Tempest by 1. Nice, but not... It doesn't help me set up for the coming turns. So I'll play the one that lets me draw more cards. Okay. 2 good cards and one that's... Well, actually, with Omnitron, Into the Stratosphere is actually kind of nice. But since I've already played my 1 card this turn, I will attack. Choose for me. Let the game decide who gets hit first, in what order. And it's on to Fnatic. Now, Fnatic's power lets her regain 1 HP and draw a card. This is Redeemer Fnatic, though, not the base one. It's still nice, because she can draw extra cards. Fnatic deals 1 target, 2 radiant damage. You can draw a card, destroy an ongoing card, or an environment card. This is the card that I was talking about. She can destroy this ongoing component right away, and it will let her deal 3 targets, 1 radiant damage each. That's a nice one. Final Dive is also useful. Destroy a target with 4 or fewer HP, and deal a separate target that destroyed target's current HP. In this case, if she used it on this assault drone, she could hit Omnitron for 3 hit points. And finally, Sacrosanct Martyr. It gives her a second power to use, in which case, at the end of turn, if she can only use 1 power, she could make a choice between these 2 cards. But it's okay. She can deal herself 5 radiant damage and then return that damage to another target. It's really up to Chad. Go on. Fnatic's one of those characters who has a little more complexity beyond, I hit this thing, then I hit this thing. She can redirect a lot of damage to her. She can heal. She can stop enemies from attacking. She's a good mitigation hero in that sense. And we'll see more cards of hers come out as the game goes on. Tachyon, as I already mentioned, this variant lets everybody draw a card, which is nice. She's got 3 different cards here in hand. HUD Goggles let me play an additional card during my play phase, so why wouldn't I play it? Because of the limited item keyword here. It means I can only play 1. I can't have 2 of these into my play area at a time. Pushing the limits lets me play an additional card during my play phase, so I could play it and then play this 3rd card here. But I'm not going to, because this 3rd card doesn't really help me right now. Except that Tachyon has a special feature where the more burst cards are in her trash, the more damage she does. So you want to cycle through your deck as fast as possible, putting all your burst cards in your trash. But I'm still not going to play this, because you have to do damage to yourself at the start of my next turn if I want to keep this card in play. So I'm going to skip, continue playing, play my power, let everybody draw a card, and then we'll move on to the environment's turn. Okay. Increase all damage dealt by 1. Great. When this card enters play, I didn't see that. We'll take a second and look at it. After... See, he flips on his turn. Omnitron will flip on his turn, play a card, and then plays a drone or components from his trash, which happens to be the electromagnetic railgun. This is a problem with Omnitron. As we destroy drones and components, every other turn, he will play something from his trash. Now, Chad, I have a card with Tachyon that can get rid of the component, so you don't have to worry about that. I'll leave it up to you if you want to play something. Let me see what the environment card does here. Destroy all other environment cards. While this card is in play, environment cards cannot be played. So your adhesive foam grenade isn't really useful. When hero targets deal non-hero character cards 10 or more damage in a single round, meaning if all 4 of us can damage Omnitron for 10 damage, this card will go away, which I don't think it will happen. I don't think we have 10 damage on the field. So, adhesive foam grenade's not really useful. So, Chad chooses to play auxiliary power source. At the start of your turn, which is his next turn, you can destroy this card. If you do so, you may use an additional power. Or, this turn, as a power, he can draw 3 cards and destroy this card. Now, he's got 3 powers on the field in this case. If he keeps auxiliary power source around, he can play both. Next turn, he can play both grenade launcher and bunker's base power. In this case, I would use grenade launcher, just because we want to get rid of these components before they start stacking up against us. Repair drones, heal, which is really annoying, but Chad should be able to get rid of both of these. Yep. Rooftop combat, assault drone, and Omnitron. Yep. Fantastic. Bunker doing the work. Okay. Now, I could destroy up to 2 environment cards with Flash Flood. It's completely unnecessary. Just pointless. Shielding wins whenever a hero target would be dealt 5 or more damage from a single source. Reduce that damage by 2. This is a good one because it applies to everybody on the team, so I'm going to play it. And then I'm going to hit everything for 2 damage, thanks to the environment card that's in play. And we got rid of both repair drones. Awesome. Fanatic's turn. Now she's got this Chastise card, which won't affect Omnitron. But if there was a drone on the field that we really didn't want to take damage from, this would be a good card to use. In this case, Smite the Transgressor. Fanatic deals 1 target 2 damage, and she can use an additional power. She doesn't have an additional power on the field, just this one. So I would suggest using Brutal Censure, Chad, because you'll do 2 damage and draw a card. You'll actually do 3 damage and draw a card.
You could suggest it.
Oh yeah, that's right, I can, can't I? Suggest. This is a good way to, if you're playing with people in multiplayer who you aren't voice chatting with, you can suggest things that they can do. Destroying electromagnetic railgun. See, I don't even have to use... Tachyon doesn't even have to use that burst card. Fanatic is choosing a power to use. Regains 1 hit point and draws another card. End of days. Ooh. That is a good one if we get swamped by Omnitron's drones and components. Now, that's not a burst, unfortunately, but it is a good card. Tachyon deals each non-hero target 1 sonic damage, and they cannot deal damage. I'll only be hitting Omnitron, but that means he won't be able to do anything next turn. I also have Synaptic Interruption. If I would be dealt 3 or more damage from a single source, I can redirect that damage to a different target. Also good, if Omnitron were to play a drone on his next turn and attack Tachyon, I could redirect that damage back to the drone or to Omnitron. Since I can play 2 cards, I'm going to play both. Hit Omnitron for 2, and now he can't do any damage on his turn. And then I will play my power. Everybody gets a card. You get a card. And you get a card. All right. Now we see what roof... Now we see... The environment card should not play because of rooftop. Yep. Skip their play a card phase. Fantastic. Now, this turn, we should have 10 damage worth. I know Tempest can do damage. Tachyon has... She should be able to get something. You've got Bunker. Which target is considered to have the highest HP? I'm going to give it to Bunker because he can heal. Even though it's going to do 4 damage. And Chad gets to decide whether he agrees with me or wants Tachyon to take the damage. Actually, oh no! You know what? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I have Synaptic Interruption in there. Yes, let us rewind. Omnitron, start of turn.
What happened?
He played out the assault drone, and Tachyon...
No, as if my character was like, wait a minute, wasn't I just hit?
Oh. Okay, so let's vote for Tachyon. And she can redirect that damage to the other drone that came out, killing him instantly before he even gets to do anything.
I think you were able to redirect that even though it hit me.
It would... did it hit you? You didn't take damage.
No, I'm talking about before we rebound.
No. What popped up was those Terminator-looking drones hit Tachyon, and she was able to redirect that damage. But rewinding, I just negated their ability to act by killing them first. Now, here's the 2-card dilemma for Bunker. Whenever a villain card is destroyed, you can draw a card, even if that mode says you can't, meaning either of these 2 modes are out. If any of these drones die, Bunker can draw a card. But he also has Omni Cannon, which, once you get it powered up, can do a massive amount of damage, which we want directed at Omnitron. So it's really up to Chad. More cards early on, or start powering up that Omni Cannon to unleash a massive amount of damage on Omnitron.
I like cards.
I like cards too, but I would use Grenade Launcher in this case.
I already used it.
Am I behind? No. You haven't done anything yet.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Good job. We're doing fine. He's below max hit points now. What was that? 3 damage? So I need to do... We need 7 more?
I was able to use 2.
Yeah, I don't know how you were able to do that, but...
I think it was the equipment that I had.
I'm grateful that you could. Alright. Oh, right! That one power, that one card. Let's go back into his trash. At the start of your turn, you may destroy this card. If you do, you can use an additional power. Awesome. Okay. Let's see here. What do I want? Tempest deals one target 5 lightning damage. That would be perfect right now. I could also do, at the start of your turn, select a damage type. All damage dealt by Tempest is of that type, and you reduce the damage to Tempest from that type by 1. Meaning, if we had a problem with these assault drones hitting us, I could make Tempest's card into melee and take less damage from that. But that's not really a big problem right now. What I want to do is set up Hailstorm. It's similar to Tempest's base power, but it does 2 cold damage instead of 1 projectile. So let's use that. It's only slightly better, but it's better. I mean, I'm not going to complain about 3 damage over 2 damage. Alright, so we've hit Omnitron for 6 so far. What's this? Lay this card next to a hero character card. That hero may use an additional power during their power phase. At the end of that hero's turn, Fnatic can do them 2 damage. If they don't take that damage, destroy this card. I would play this... hold on. Because you also have Holy Nova. Each hero target regains 1 HP. I don't think that's really necessary, though. I would play Embolden. Give it to your bunker. Or Tempest. Tempest can hit people for 4 damage. 3 damage normally, but because of rooftop combat, it would turn into... Okay, so Omnitron can do damage again. Sucker Punch isn't really useful. Destroy 1 target with 2 or fewer HP. If there were some components or drones out, that would be useful. But for the time being, it's not. However, this research grant lets me draw 2, discard 1. That's kind of a toss-up in my mind. Do I want to let everybody draw a card, or do I want to draw 2 and discard 1? I don't know. Now I want to play Pushing the Limits, because I want to draw an extra card at the end of my turn. And I will skip playing a 3rd card. And I'll draw 2. And discard 1. Well, that's an easy solution. I will discard a HUD Goggle. I draw 2 because of Pushing the Limits, and we move on to the environment, which won't play a card because rooftop combat is still in place. And it's Omnitron's turn. Plays a card. Oh, no! Destroy all equipment cards. So, we don't have a choice in this matter. We destroy 2 and take... How much? Omnitron deals each hero target 2 lightning damage for each equipment card belonging to that hero destroyed this way. So, that's unfortunate. Bunker takes 3, and I take 3. And he plays another card, which will do damage to somebody. Fnatic, but because of shielding winds from Tempest, she only takes 3, which is nice. Good. Alright. Glad I had that card out. Oh, that sucks. However, now, if you wanted that grenade launcher back, you could play Decommissioned Hardware.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do that.
Okay. Fantastic. Ooh, that's a good one too. If we get into a spot where there's a bunch of drones in play. We've got a lot of good AoE on this team. Alright, so now I have a couple of good options. One of Tempest requires a little bit of a startup, or not. I mean, he's got a lot of good cards that can come out immediately, but as you can see, I've got a lot of ongoings in play. At the start of your turn, Tempest deals each non-hero target 1 lightning damage. Because of rooftop combat, that turns into 2 damage. So every time Tempest begins his turn, he can do 2 damage to everybody in the villain phase. Which I think I want to do. I want to do that. Alright. And I'll hit everybody for 3 cold damage. Well, not everybody. There's a difference between non-hero targets, character cards, and non-heroic cards. So I hit. That's a good amount of damage. Do you want Redeemer Fanatic to deal 10? Yes. I want to keep that card around. Chad, I need you to select one of the 2 options also. Unfortunate, but...
Sorry.
It's alright. No, it's just the way the game's designed. I need your permission to move forward. Now, Absolution is an equipment card. It's also considered a relic, which means End of Days won't destroy it, which is nice. And it gives him the ability to deal 3 damage for a power. And select whether it's melee, fire, or radiant. There are some villains and some cards that can make people immune to certain damage types. So it's good to have that out. In this case, Omnitron is not immune to any of them, so he can choose whatever he likes. Uh-oh. Oh, well, at least you were the last one to go. I don't think Tachyon has anything that can damage Omnitron, but we lost our damage ability. And just in time, too, because I'm about to take 2 damage to myself. It would have been 3 if Rooftop had stuck around. All right, well, I have another HUD Goggles in play, in my hand, so I can put it into play. Now, I can draw 3 cards, discard 2, put a burst card in my trash. I could also play this one shot where I can play up to 2 cards at the... But I don't need to. Again, there's nothing in play for Blinding Speed to use. And Sonic Vortex is more useful when there's multiple enemies on the field. So we'll play one-shot burst here. Okay. I think I will discard... I think I'll discard this Instantly Destroy. That's probably the least useful. And... Blinding Speed. I'll get... Well... No... Yeah, I want it in my trash because I want the burst in the trash. Okay. And I can play one more card. Each player may draw a card. You can play a card. I'm definitely playing that. That's a very good burst card to play out anytime. And I get to play another card. Now, here's the card I was talking about. Lightspeed Barrage. Tachyon deals 1 target, X melee damage, where X is the number of burst cards in your trash. And the game is good enough to tell me that I have 4 burst cards in my trash. That's not nearly enough to play against Omnitron. So I will play Synaptic Interruption again. And I will play... Research Grant again. Or use Research Grant again. Discard a card. I'm going to discard... I want to discard a burst, but... I'll discard this one. Alright. Alright. Now I have some damage cards in hand. That's great. Environment's turn. And we get one of the worst cards. Great. At the start of the environment turn... It's got 10 hit points, though, so we can destroy it. And Omnitron pulls out one of his worst cards. We have to make that card a priority, Chad. Unless you want to play Fanatics. Oh, no. Destroy all hero... Man, this is a bad turn for us. A terrible turn for us.
What will our heroes do?
Omnitron deals each hero target 5 projectile damage. I'm going to start with Tachyon because of her synaptic ability. Whoops, I forgot to push that. And I'm going to redirect it. Actually, I'm going to redirect it to this Electropulse Explosive because that thing is hideous. And now we have to lose all of these cards.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's terrible. All that time spent building up and they're all gone. At the worst time, too, we have 3 characters we need to damage. And we are sorely outgunned right now. This card deals each hero target 3 fire damage. Then look through the environment trash for impending casualty and put it into play. Okay. At the start of the villain turn, this card deals each hero target X lightning damage, where X equals the current HP of this card. Not good at 15 or 10, manageable at 5 or less. Now, Fnatic should have... Here it is. Chastise could go on the environment card or the Electropulse Bomb. You could also use End of Days. You could use... Oh, wait. No, it says a target with 4 or fewer HP. If we managed to get Electropulse Bomb down to 4 or fewer, you could use Final Dive. Or... Actually, any of the attacking cards would be fine if you don't want to do that. But we are in a pickle right now. Did you choose to put any cards under Omnicannon? There are no cards under Omnicannon. Okay.
You can only do that, I think, at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, right. You are correct. I am wrong. All right. Well, I didn't want to do this just yet because I'm trying to unlock the variant, but I really don't have a choice in the matter. Tempest deals 1 target 4 damage, a second target 3, and a third target 2. Electro Pulse Bomb 4. Now it's only got 4 HP to deal damage to us on its turn. Chain Lightning. And Omnitron. I think it's funny, Omnitron's actually treated as an afterthought for that attack. Alright. Fnatic, you could finish off Electro, but you could also use Final Dive on targeting Innocence to get rid of that card and stop impending casualties from coming into play. You also have Absolution at the end of your turn to kill the Electro Pulse Explosive.
Yeah.
I would hit Omnitron with it.
Okay.
Fantastic. That's how you mitigate disaster. Well done. Well done.
Well done indeed.
All right. Tachyon deals 1 target, 1 melee damage, and I can draw a card. I will do that. Thank you. And because of HUD goggles, I can play a second card. I think Freedom 6 Tachyon has not been dealt damage by targets. You'll notice that this card says, if she had been dealt damage since my last turn, she deals that target 2 sonic damage. So at best, I can do 2 melee damage. But it also powers up Lightspeed Barrage for my next turn. So I will play that and hit Omnitron for 2. And then play my only power available. Everybody gets a card.
Things are looking good for our heroes.
Environment. What fresh horror will come out? Oh, that's not bad. All damage is changed to melee. Increase all damage done by 1. Hopefully his... Okay, alright. Hopefully his card that makes him immune to damage doesn't come out. Which target is considered to have the highest HP? Well, I don't have Synaptic... I don't have the Synaptic thing in play. Will you take it, Fnatic?
Sure.
Alright. I know Fnatic has abilities to heal, so... Let's take a look at that Disintegration Ray. At the start of the villain turn, Omnitron deals 5 energy damage to the hero target with the highest HP. But if we hit Omnitron for 7 or more damage, it goes away. We can definitely do that on this turn. Tempest might be able to. On the other hand, Fnatic might be able to just destroy the component right away. Bunker deals himself 2 fire damage and deals each non-hero target 3 fire damage. That would deal damage to these 2, but grenade launchers... You've got your healing card in play. Or your turret mode. Ah, haha, yes, the turret mode. Well done. Allows you to... Oh, no, you can't draw a card with turret mode in play.
Nope.
But you can use Omni Cannon and Grenade Launcher. Are you hitting Omnitron with 6 damage? Yeah, it seems like a waste to have 6 damage leveled against those drones. Nice! I forgot turret mode increases your damage by 1. Fantastic. Well played. Free damage. Oh, we didn't even have to worry about that. Well done. Well done. All these little modifiers, I love the fact that this online game keeps track of all that for you. I can't tell you how many times I've played the real world game and forgotten a +1 here or a -1 there, and it cost us the game. Now, what do I want to do? Localized Hurricane, increased damage dealt to Tempest by 1, but as a power, Tempest deals 2 targets 3 projectile damage each. And you may draw 2 cards after using that power. That's a good one. I'm gonna play that. I want more cards, and I don't really care about taking damage at this point. Select the second target to take damage. I will skip that. Thank you. And I draw a card. Awesome. Shielding Winds is back in my hand. Fnatic. Now, Fnatic has a lot of healing, but she also has this relic, which is very useful if she's taking a lot of damage, or you intend to have a lot of damage directed at her, using some other cards Chad doesn't have in his hand right now. Well, he does have a... No. This is the wrong card. I was thinking of a different card. At the start of your turn, select up to 2 non-character card targets. This means it won't work on Omnitron, but his drones, those targets cannot deal damage until the start of your next turn. That's okay, though, because he's got some damage cards in hand. He has some good options, actually.
I'm probably going to just prepare to take damage.
Okay. And you can use Absolution if you wish. You'll deal 4 damage. Oh yeah, we're doing fine against Omnitron. Although his trash is getting pretty full of drones and components. We have to worry. We have to keep that in mind. Maybe not worry. Worry might be the wrong word. I'm going to play this. Nimble Strike. And hope I get Pushing the Limits. Nope. But that's okay because it says I can play another card. So I will let everybody draw. Oh, Bunker doesn't because of turret mode.
Wow, wow.
Now I could use Lightning Reflexes to play up to 2 cards, which I'm going to do. And I'm going to hit Omnitron for 2 and Omnitron for 2. Awesome. And play a card. There it is. Gotta taunt me with it. Pushing the Limits comes in too late. Players cannot draw cards. That's all right. Everybody,
I can't either.
Everybody has a good amount of cards in their hand at the moment, I think. This is the one I was worried about. Adaptive Plating. After Omnitron is dealt damage, he becomes immune to that damage type. Oh no, not again. Everybody takes damage, and we destroy the 2 cards. That's terrible.
Well, not for me. Now I can get cards.
It doesn't matter which card we destroy first. They both got to be destroyed. You still can't draw cards, though, because of traffic pileup. Drawing cards won't work for you, so it's Grenade Launcher or Omni Cannon. Or you could attack Traffic Pileup with the Omni Cannon. I just thought of that because I just saw that it had hit points. And if we can destroy it by the time we get to Tachyon's turn, we can all draw cards again. Now, what do I want to do? Because I've just lost everything I was building up for. Villain, increased damage dealt to Tempest to the villain target with the highest HP. In this case, it's Omnitron. So if I played this and then used his 1 projectile damage, it would be 3 again, which is nice. Or I could just hit him for 5. I think I'm going to play this. Because next turn, if I use this, it'll be 7 damage. And I greatly prefer 7 over 5. I don't know anybody who wouldn't, honestly. Now that Traffic Pileup has 3 hit points, Fnatic could use Final Dive on it. That's up to him. That's up to Chad. You could also use Holy Nova. Help us all out by healing us. Help us all out by healing us. You do have a bunch of good options for damage here. It's up to you. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before you... It does... Oh, projectile damage. Right. That would make... Okay, that's not going to work. If you use Final Dive to destroy Traffic Pileup, it won't do any damage to Omnitron because of his adaptive plating. Because Tempest hit him, he is now immune to projectile damage. However, if you were to hit Omnitron with radiant damage, nobody else on the team can do that. So his adaptive plating will be essentially useless. Very nice. Okay.
Yay!
And let's see. I've got 2. Is that melee? No, sonic. Awesome. We're using intersonic, hypersonic assault. I don't know why I said intersonic. We're done with traffic pileup, and Omnitron cannot do damage. And I now have 13 burst cards in my trash. I'm using that against Omnitron. Here we go. Look at that number drop. Very nice. And we can all draw a card again.
Boom!
Another grenade launcher. That's not really helpful.
No, not.
Oh, another light speed barrage. 2 of them. I could use them back to back to destroy Omnitron next turn. Very nice. Except heroes cannot use powers. That severely hinders Bunker. Destroy all environment cards? Never mind. Never mind. Automated drones, not a big deal. 2 automated drones, not a big deal. Hold on, Chad. Hold on. Make your choice, then.
Okay. What was he gonna do? Oh. Oh shoot, that's after, huh?
I would play maintenance unit.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't do that.
Can you use 2 powers? I forget. What did you just play that card that lets you? Where is it? This one, auxiliary.
We'll see after I kill.
If you use grenade launcher, you can do damage to all 3 of these guys, and then Tempest can finish them off, or Tachyon can finish them off. Good choice, good choice.
Wait, if I hit him,
He'll become immune. He'll become immune to projectile, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? We could probably end it this turn, actually. So maybe... yeah, I'll use...
No! Oh! You could use thermal, no, elemental, subwave inducer, where it changes your
Oh, I
damage.
could.
And where, basically, you're just throwing all crazy types of damage at him.
Yeah, that's true. Or I could do this.
Yeah, whatever.
Grievous Hailstorm. That'll get rid of the problem. Fantastic. Alright, Fnatic. Show him who's boss. Just make sure not to use melee damage on him.
Okay.
Really, at this point, it's all moot anyways, because Tachyon can play her... what is that card called? Lightspeed Barrage, and instantly kill him. He's below the threshold now.
Why did I play that? Oh my god.
I don't know. It's Nova. It's holy damage, and it heals us all.
Yeah, but I'm not damaging anybody, am I?
You hit him. Yeah.
Oh, I hit him once?
Yeah. You hit him for radiant damage. So if you're gonna attack with absolution, use fire.
Yeah.
Fantastic. 7 hit points left. He's going down. There's no... The rest of this is just unnecessary. Here we go. Lightspeed Barrage. And that's it.
Nice.
Game 1. Fantastic. One of the easiest bosses, I think. One of the easiest opponents in the game. And we did it. Congratulations.
Awesome. None of us made it past the threshold.
What do you mean threshold?
Like you were our character changes, right?
Oh, below 10 hit points, the art changes to like battle damage. Yeah. Which is great. We did awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. Thank you, Chad, for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
We'll try to do this again soon. Thank you everyone for joining us. Until hopefully next time, because I like this game. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.
Bye.